to go ahead and get started. We'll be doing some easy spring nails today. Um, yeah, so without further ado, we'll just get started here. So first things first, I'm going to start with my Milky Way white. I'll be using my Mita Milky White. Be going in with 2 coats of this Milky White. And then we will be doing a little bloom. We'll be adding a little accent to it. And yeah, so we'll start here. Next, we'll have a base coat of the Sunbow 19 for this pointer nail, as well as the ring finger. And we're going to be doing some pink nails today. And yeah, we're going to have a little fun with it. Should be fairly easy. I'm using my stiletto medium tips that I got off of Shein today. So yeah, if you want to follow along, follow along. You don't have to necessarily use this shape, but this is the shape that I'm using today. So we got our tan there. The middle and the ring finger, well, the middle finger will be this Morta 110 color, and then the ring finger will be pink, will be yellow. So here's the Morta pink. So I'm going to be going in with the pink, going from here all the way down. And then we're going to go in with our yellow. And so the yellow will be coming from Exagi. I got this off of Shein. This is their number 3. It's more so a spring yellow. So there's the yellow there. So I'll be putting that yellow on the pinky finger here. And then, like I said, I'll be going in with 2 coats of everything. So yeah, we are going to French tip 2 of the nails. So we'll have a little French action, a little bloom action, and we'll also add a flower to this. So here is the first coat of everything here. So that is the first coat, and then I'm going to pop this in the nail lamp. I'll show you all um, the rest of the accents or whatever I'll be using. So today I'll be using these flowers. I'll be using some pearls. I'll be using this chain. So I'll be using a gold chain today. So yeah. You can use whatever chain you have on hand, but I'll be using that chain. And then I'll be going in with my Exagi Blooming Gel. So yeah, gonna make it really fun, make it extra nice and easy for you all to do. Also, I'm going to be going in with my gold jewels right here as well. So I'll be going in with those gold jewels right here. But you can use whichever little gold jewels you want. And yeah, do whatever feels right to you. Like I said, here are all the colors that I'm using here. I'll go step by step once the nails come out of the lamp, and then we'll keep going. All right, so I'm going to take these out of the lamp, and we're going to go in with our second coat. All right, so first coat, like I said, is this Milky White by Mita. By Mita. Yes. All right. Maybe I can see it a little better. So go in with the second coat of this white, milky white, or off white, whatever y'all call it. I call it milky white because that's what the bottle says right here on top. But yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay. All right. Anywho, moving on. All right, here is the brand. You can screenshot if you'd like. I got this off of Amazon. All right. And then we're going to pop that back right here. Turn these around. Next, we're going to go in with our Sunbow number 19. Now, I got this in a set of, I think, about 27 off of Amazon. I can't remember if it was 27 or 24, actually, but I think it was 27 if I'm remembering correctly. But anywho, um, yeah, I'm just moving that little putty out of the way so that it doesn't mess up my nails. Okay. So get a nice even coat there. Okay. So you want to just make sure you're going from that cuticle area all the way down. No rifts, no rafts. You're just getting it nice and clean. Okay. All right. We're going to go in with this um, ring finger and we're going to do the same thing. Take your time. Move any of the excess, like this right here is excess. You're going to press that down and get it out of the way. Okay. All right. So you're gonna go ahead and start from the cuticle all the way down, get a nice even coat there. You can see I got something in my nail, so I'm gonna get that off. I'm actually gonna go in with this little rubber tool here and just get it out of the way. Okay, and I got it off of there. Okay, so just get it out of the way, and then actually, no, I didn't. And then move on. Okay. All righty, so we got that out of the way. Nice even coat. We're gonna move on to this next nail, which is gonna be our mortar pink. And you can get these mortar colors that I'm gonna be showing you next off of Shein. 6 for $3, which isn't bad because they're very pigmented or whatever. But yeah, do whatever feels bit right to you or use whatever colors you have. But this is the first coat. We're gonna go in with the second coat here. All right. And then, like I said, we will be blooming this nail on this color on our thumbnail. And then also going in with a little, 1, 2, or 3 on our ring finger. Okay. So the second coat is really cute. It's just like a nice, vibrant pink, whatever. So for the pink girlies, this is for you. All right, next we're going to move on to our Exagi number 63. This is our spring yellow. Spring yellow. I got this off of Shein as well. So yeah, use whatever yellow you have and let it do what it does, okay? All right. So here we go here. All right. So got a nice even coat. Nice even coat right there, okay? And I like this yellow. It just screams like, wear me. Okay. Yes. All right. So there is the yellow, okay? All right. So here's the second coat, and then I'll show you all what is going to be what we're gonna do after it comes out of the nail lamp, okay? All right, so I'm gonna cure this for about 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Next, you want to take your palette. You can use your palette that already got stuff on it, or you can use a palette that don't got stuff on it, whichever one you want. Okay. But essentially what we're going to do is, because we're going to French tip these nails, we're going to pull out our white French colors. Hold on, y'all. Our white. Trying to see if I have you know what, we're just going to roll with our white. We're going to use our liner brush today. So we're going to use our white Rosalind color here. Hey, y'all. So we're going to use the white by Rosalind. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here, just so I can make that smile line. And then I'll go in and fill in the rest of the nail with this gel polish, okay? Now, you can do whatever feels right for you, but that's what I'm going to do, okay? All right. So next, we're going to move on to... We got a few things we're going to do. So we're actually going to start with our thumb. So I'm going to put everything back. Make sure you're keeping your area nice and clean for the most part, okay? All right. So we'll start here with our bloom polish, and I'm going to actually be blooming this color here. Okay, I'm going to be blooming this color on this nail at the base and at the cuticle. So I'll be right here at the cuticle area and at the tip, okay? So we can pull this palette down because that's what we're going to use. I'm going to be using the Exagi blooming polish that you all have seen me use before. So here it is. If you want to use that, you can screenshot. Here's what it looks like on top, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to just place a little bit right here. Okay, get a nice even coat here and then a nice little coat here. Okay, and then we'll go in with a simple design in the middle, okay? All righty. So next we're going to take our tool, our handy dandy dotting tool. You can get these from Dollar Tree or wherever you want to get it from, okay? And we're going to make our bloom effect right about here. Okay, and then she should start blooming pretty fast, okay? All right, so we'll do the same thing here at the base. Okay, so you should see some effects right happening almost immediately, right? All right, so give it a little bit more color there so that it can do what it does. And then same thing here. And do whatever design you desire to do, but essentially the bloom is going to do what it wants to do too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so there we go. And so I'm actually gonna go, yeah, about there. So that's all I'm gonna do on this nail, so to bloom it. So this is the bloom effect we have here. I'm gonna pop it in the nail lamp for about 60 seconds. Well, for about, actually, let's go up to 90 seconds. Next, we're going to go ahead and French tip our pointer and our ring finger, okay? So I'm going to actually go ahead and French tip this nail here. I'm going to be using my liner brush here to do the French tip nail. So I'll just take this, and then we're going to just essentially just get a nice Frenchy going, okay? However you want your French tip to look, or however long you want it to be, okay? All right. I'm satisfied with that look there with that smile line, so I'm going to just fill in the rest with this white that we are using to get that smile line, and then we were going to, of course, go in and clean that up, okay? All right. Okay. So now that we got that all on there, some nice even strokes, sidewall to sidewall, we're going to go ahead and just clean this up here. And that being the smile line. All right. All right. Okay. Pretty satisfied with that look there. And then we're going to move on. Okay. Um, hold on. Can y'all see that okay? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that into the nail lamp. All right. Let's see. Actually, did I mess that up? No. Did I mess it up? I feel like I touched something. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. Popping it in the nail lamp for about 60 seconds. And then we're going to go back in and do the same thing. However, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this nail here because actually I'm going to wait on this to get done because the next nail that I'm going to be French tipping will be this pointer finger, and then we're going to use that yellow that we have on that pinky finger, and here is the yellow here. Okay, so here's that yellow. So I'm going to just find a little spot on this palette to get that yellow French tip going. Okay. Hey y'all. Hey. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready to French tip this nail here with our yellow. I thought the lamp was gonna go off, so child, we just gonna jump right into it, okay? All right. So now we're gonna do a yellow French tip here on this nail. Okay. All right. All right. I'm satisfied with that. And then we're gonna just go ahead and fill in. We'll fill in the rest with this yellow, okay? Now you can do whatever color French tube you want to, but this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna be given that I'm on this little spring run, right? All right. And do not let your polish, drip all over the place. Child, just go ahead and, give it a little swipe, little swipe. All right. Sidewall to sidewall, making sure you get filling in that whole perimeter of the nail, okay? And the French. All right. Okay. All right. So seeing a little something, so I'm going to fix that and then we're going to move on, okay? All right. All right. I'm just fixing this French tip. And I don't know if you all can tell, but I kind of went, actually, never mind. I'm not even going to say it. There we go. I just fixed it. But if you see something on your nail, go ahead and fix it, or else it's going to throw off the, the design of the nail, and you don't want that, okay? You do not want that. All right, so we're going to pop that in the nail lamp for about 60 seconds. We're going to go back in with our white, okay? We're going to go back in with our white here. Uh-oh, that's not white, child. I almost messed it up. All right, here we go. So just filling in that Frenchie, okay, with that white. And like I said, you can see where it's almost about to start dripping. Just go ahead and wipe your brush off, okay? You can do that, child. All right. All right. Now, there we go. So here we go, just filling it in. We will take our liner brush to just perfect the line better and move on, okay? All right, here we go. All right, so now this is where you want to take your liner brush and clean up that smile line, okay? If you feel like it's good to go, then do what you do. But I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna take a little bit of white and just clean up that smile line. Okay. All right, so we got a French tip there. Let me see if I can turn on this light right here. All right, that might be better. Can y'all see that a little better now? Maybe. All right. Anywho, moving on. All right, we're gonna go back to this yellow and we're gonna do the exact same thing by filling in this smile line with yellow, just as we did with the white. Okay, so I'm gonna take my yellow, I'm gonna get some of this excess off of there because Lord, we don't need all that. We're gonna do that here. Okay. Get as close to that smile line as you can because again, you're going to clean it up anyway. So yeah. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and clean up this smile line with our yellow polish. Okay. All right. And then do the same thing over here. Do the same thing over here. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got that on there nice and neat. Okay. Nice and neat. Okay. Now we're going to pop that into the nail lamp for about 60 seconds. And now we can officially start on our designs. Okay. So remember how we have pink here. So we're going to use this same pink to draw us some tiger stripes on this nail here. So you're going to just clean your brush here and go ahead and use that same pink that you used right here on this nail to make your tiger stripes, okay? Or whatever y'all call them. Do y'all call them tiger stripes, zebra stripes? Whatever you call them, dang stripes. They stripes, okay? Get them striped. Get them striped, okay? So I'm actually going to turn it facing me, and then I'm just going to do my stripes from, my cuticle area all the way down, okay? All right, so I'm going to just go in and start striping. But you want to make sure you have just enough polish on there, not too much paint, okay? Or it'll just run. But and so you can do it however you want. You can do, one stripe, two stripes, back and forth stripe. Right, whatever you feeling. Just make it cute, okay? Okay. And so you want to make sure that you have that base of this stripe really down nice and neat, okay? So I'm just going in and making sure that it's giving stripe, okay? All right, but however you do it, just make it cute. Like I said, You don't necessarily have to follow, you know, what I'm doing. Just do what you do. Just make your stripes cute, okay? Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit more of that polish, okay? Just a little bit more. And continue on, okay? You got this. You know, if you're not a professional like me and you still out here slaying nails, sweetheart, you doing it. Don't be in your head, okay? Don't give up because yours ain't looking like a picture, somebody else's. It ain't meant to. It ain't meant to. It sure ain't meant to. And clean it up, okay? Because you can always go back in and perfect it, okay? So, just trying to give y'all some encouraging words for those of y'all that are like always in your head about, you know, a design or something. We cutting it out. We cutting it out. Okay? Make it fun. Make it cute. Make it you. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Then you're nearing the end, so you're going to do one more right there and one more the opposite way. So you're going to keep going, you know, counterclockwise and just keep going, okay? Or whatever you want to call it, child. Okay. All right. So this is what it's looking like. I think I'm going to take a little bit of this off because it's a little thicker than what I want it to be. But I'm still going to keep it, okay? So this is what the design is looking like here. And so in order for me to take that off, I'm going to use my toothpick tools. So I'll be using these right here to take it off. Add a little acetone. And then just clean it up, okay? Just clean it up, okay? All right. So literally, you're going to take off whatever you don't want on there. Oh, come on now. Okay, so take it off and then just go back in with a better line, okay? And so what I like about these tools is that they point right where you need it to, wherever you need to take off or remove, you know, your design, like almost perfectly. Like almost, right? All right, you can take the rest with your little lint-free nail wipe and just clean it up. Okay. And I'm actually going to take this one off too. We'll actually take these three off since I'm messing it up. Not much, but you know, yeah. All right, so we're going to go here again. So if you have to start over, it's okay. Start over. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go opposite direction. Okay. Got that on there. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put one more right back here, okay? To make it flow. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Okay. All right. And then we're going to give this just a little bit more depth, right? Okay. All right. I feel like I should do like a little one right there. All right. So here is our design for this nail. Okay. So now we're going to pop that into the nail lamp. Once we're satisfied with that look, and we're going to move on to our next design. Now the next design is going to be very easy, something you can do, you know, if you have some flowers laying around, a flower jewel laying around, then you can definitely do this with your eyes closed for this nail. So we're literally going to take our flower, we're going to take the flower out of the packet here and add it to this nail, this French tip, and then we're going to do some little gold accents here and then a little gold right there and keep moving. All right, so the flower of choice is going to be a pink flower to pretty much go along with the aesthetic of the theme of this nail. Okay, so I have this one here, and then I'm just showing you the two options that I have, but I already know which ones I'm going to use. And then I have this one here. Okay, let me make sure these are different. Yeah, okay, so one is lighter than the other. Yeah, let me make sure. Yeah, so one is lighter than the other. I don't know if you all can see that, but one is lighter than the other. For this particular nail design, I'm going to go in with this one here. And I'm literally going to just take the nail, add the glue. So I'm going to be going in with my Macart rhinestone glue. I'm going to add, you can either add the gel on here or on the nail, whichever one you prefer. I still add a little bit right here on the nail, right? Just to give it a little bit of oomph. Right? Okay. All right, and then you're going to place it on there. You want to make sure you have enough, right? I like to add enough so that I know that my nail flower is going to stay, okay? So we're going to place it right in the center, like so. I'll turn it around to you all. So you want to place it, uh-oh, my hands are wobbly. So you're going to place it right in the center like so, and then you're going to cure it, okay? But make sure you have enough gel on there so that it stays, okay? If you don't, sometimes it just pops off, and baby, you ain't gonna like that. You ain't gonna like that, okay? So make sure it's on there nice and neat. I'm gonna just turn it my way so that I can see that it's nice and straight. Looks nice and straight to me. I'm gonna pop on this nail lamp, hold it in there for just a few seconds to give it, you know, a little zhuzh. All right, now it's time to, while that is curing, go back over our little stripes here. You're going to do the exact same thing that you did before. Okay, and just get that more pigmented and more beautiful than you did the first time. Okay, you're going to take your time. You're not going to give up because you're saying, oh, it's too hard. No, it's not. It's in your head. Okay, it's in your head. Okay, you can do anything you put your mind to. Okay. All right, now here we go. I'm gonna put that, go back over everything that we've already done, okay? Literally. And just make sure you have just enough of that polish on the nail so that you aren't, you know, messing up your design, okay? All right. But yeah, you got these, girl. You got these. You got these. What you tripping for? I don't know what you tripping for. Okay? All right, here we go. All right. All right. Going back over this bottom part here. We're getting near the tip of the nail, so we're going to do the exact same thing, okay? And make sure you have a good lighting so that you can see what you're doing, okay? All right. Adding that there. Going back in here. And you're literally just playing Tetris. Going back over everything that you have already done. And so it's going to look like that. So it's more pigmented than the first time, right? All right. So we're going to pop that in the nail lamp. We're going to move back over to this nail here because we're still not done adding jewels to the nail. So this is what the flower is looking like. Okay, it's a wildflower. Wildflower. You can lay it flat if you want to make sure it's like all the way on there, but it's up to you. It's up to you. All right, anyway, we're going to move on because we're going to add some gold jewels here. And we're actually going to add them around a pearl nail, okay? Okay. So we're going to add a little bit of glue here just around, just like a half of a sun shape, half of a circle, okay? And then we're going to go in with our gold jewels here, okay? You can use whatever side of the dotting tool you want, but just make sure it ain't got no color on there like mine just did. And I think I'll go in with the smaller side. Uh-oh. All right, so this is the smaller side of the tool we're going to be using. Taking a few of these gold little jewels here, adding them there. Adding them here to make, like I said, a half little circle, okay? Now, again, you can do whatever design you want, okay, with these. You can even, you know, go all the way around if you want to, but this is what I'm opting to do, okay? All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and make them nice and cute and close, okay? And then we're going to add a pearl there to give it some zhuzh. And if you have some pearls, you can get pearls from the Dollar Tree. You can get half of these jewels that I'm using from the Dollar Tree. Everybody Dollar Tree isn't the same, but for the most part, you should be able to find, all of these jewels that I'm using today. Okay. All right. We'll add one more right here to close it off. Or two. Okay. All right. There we go. So we got it on there nice and cute. So this is what it's looking like. All right. I'm actually thinking I should make that pearl a little smaller, but I don't want to make it too small to where it doesn't flow. You get what I'm saying? But make sure everything is flowing. Okay. All right. I think I'm satisfied with that look. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to keep that pearl. And then we're going to pop it in the nail lamp. Just a few seconds. You don't need it that long. But here's how that second coat of our little stripes look for the nail set. Okay. This middle nail set will be very easy. You're going to take your sponge. You're going to take your sponge tool and you're going to pat it in the middle with some white. And then we're going to do a 3D design. Okay. So I try to get as much use out of all of my sponges as I can. So as you can see, I have orange on the base here. So I'm literally just going to flip that over to the side like so. And just use this side of the sponge. Now if you want to get a whole new one, you can. But honestly, Try to get as much use of the design as you can, okay? While that is in the nail lamp, like I said, we're going to go in. Uh-oh. Messed it up. Went in with the wrong side. All right, so we're going to take our Rosalind White, add a little bit more on our palette here. We're going to take this middle nail, and you're going to sponge it, okay? You're going to sponge it, and then we're going to do a really easy design that you can do with your eyes closed, okay? All right. All right, adding a little bit of white there. Get it nice and even in the middle, or however you want it on that nail. I can't tell you whatever. I just know mine is supposed to be like mainly in the middle or whatever. And don't worry if the first coat isn't looking as, you know, white as you like. Go in with the second coat, and the second coat is going to give you everything that you need, okay? But make sure you get it nice and outlined as best you can the first time. That way you don't go over, you know, go over the areas that you essentially don't want, okay? All right, so this is how mine is looking. All right. So this is how it's looking, okay? Got a little white on there. You can barely see it, okay? But it's there. Like I said, the second coat is going to tell the story. All right, so then we're going to just go in with a few more little gold jewels here at the tip. And nothing too crazy. Just make it cute, you know what I'm saying? Just a little 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, a little 1, 2. All right. Add 2 there. And then you can add a smaller. This is where you can add that smaller. Actually, it's too much. You can add that smaller pearl. But go ahead and get that excess gel off of there if you don't want it on there, okay? Just take it off, okay? All right, so we're going to go in with a smaller little pearl, okay? But trust me, it's going to pop, okay? Because it's at the tip, so we don't want it to be too large. All right? All right. So here we go here. All right. So here is how it's looking so far. All right. You can add even one more if you want to. If you're feeling like, oh, that's not giving what I thought it was going to give. But it's up to you. It's up to you. For mine, I think I will add one more gold little jewel here, and then we'll just do it like so. Okay? And so you're adding that right to the tip of the nail. Okay? All right, like so, okay? Either or, whatever feels or look good to you, try do it. These are your nails, okay? Or press-ons, have you. Okay? But just make sure it's nice and even to however you want or wherever you want things to be. All right, so we'll pop that into the nail lamp for a few seconds there. All right, now we're going to go in with our second coat of our white here, okay? So you're going to take that sponge again, dip it in that white, and do it up, okay? You see how now it's coming through pretty good? Like I said, don't worry, you might not see it, okay? And other folk might not see it. As long as you see the vision, that's all that matters. You can't stop and give up on you because other folks can't see it. It ain't for them to see it, for you to believe in you, okay? I'm just saying, just trying to give you a little word and such and things. All right. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so bam, we got that white in there, okay? Nice and in the middle, okay? All right, we're going to pop that into the nail lampion for about 60 seconds. And then we're going to move back over it, or we're going to move to another nail. All right, so we got that one right there. Excuse me, right there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and add the chain, the fun part. So you're going to need some glue. And then you're going to need a chain of your choice, okay? So we're going to literally chain this nail, okay? And you're also going to need some nippers, some nail nippers, okay? To cut the chain, okay? Alrighty then. Here we go. Here we go again. All right. And then don't worry, we still have a 3D design to do. So we still got a little bit more time with me, okay? Okay. All right. So we're going to do 2 chains, essentially a little bit, one right here and then a little bit behind the smile line. So one on the smile line, one behind the smile line. So I'm just going to measure. I'm going to actually put the glue here where I want it. Okay, make sure you got enough glue, because, child, you don't want the chain to pop, child. You don't want it to pop. Or maybe you do. What do we say over here? To each their own. Anywho, moving on. Alright, so we're going to pop that chain. We're going to put that chain right about here to here. Okay. And so I'm going to turn it my way so that I can actually get the measurements down or whatever. Which this side is going to be okay. Okay. I feel like, yeah, this side is going to be just fine. It's just this side that we're going to have to nip. So we're going to go from sidewall to sidewall. And so I'm going to have to nip it right about here, okay? All right. So I'm seeing where I need to nip. I'm going to hold that chain right there. Actually going to go up a little bit because I need it to flow. There we go. There we go. That's so cute. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. So I'm going to actually nip it right about here. All right, nipped it. Nipped it. Made me think of Medea when she said, rip it, rip it, you know. But anyway, moving on. If you know, you know. Haha. It's humor. Laugh. All right. So just getting it in this spot, right? Just getting it however I want it on here. And then we're going to do one more chain. So we're going to double chain it, okay? All right. Okay. So this is the first chain. Okay, we got it from one side to the next. I'm liking the way it looks. Y'all liking that? All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop it in the nail lamp. Then I'm going to do one more chain right here. Okay, so we're going to double chain it. Okay. All right, popping that into the nail lamp. Now we can move on while that is doing what it does. Now we're going to just take our handy dandy tool and we're going to do some little strips, clear rain strips or whatever you want to call them, right? All right. So you're going to take your, actually, let's get a longer Let's get a longer tool, dotting tool. So we're going to go in with our longer tool here, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and make our 3D design, okay? I'll add a little bit on there. Or you can do the dots and then just go in, but this is how I'm opting to do mine. So I'm just gonna go back and forth as I've done before. All right. And then I'm going to cure. Because I have learned if I don't cure it, then child, it'd be looking a hot mess. All right, so we're gonna do one more chain here while we wait for the other one to cure. It's just gonna be like right about here. Right about here. Okay, so we popped that chain. And now I'm gonna go back in with it. Where did my chain go? Where did my chain go? Oh, right here. There we go. So I'm gonna go back in with the chain here. And then we're going to essentially do the same thing, okay? So get it on there for one side and then just make sure that the other side is nice and even to the other side, right? All right. It's time to nip, 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 nip. So you're gonna take your nippers and just nip off whatever you don't need or you feel like you don't need, right? If it's too long, it's okay. You can nip it some more. Okay, this one is gonna be a little. And if you have to hold it in your hand to nip it, and then just put the chain back on there. So whatever you don't use, put it back in your arsenal for when you're ready, okay? Anywho, moving on. You're gonna go back in with your chain. And you're gonna place it on your nail. You're gonna go from sidewall to sidewall just as you would if you were painting it and get it nice and even. Take off any of the excess that you don't need, right? So any of them little strags or whatever, take it off, okay? Now we're going to get it aligned nice and neat, okay? Nice and neat. You can use whatever tool, honestly, you want. I'm using this because it's right here, child. Whatever, get it flat. Okay? Whatever, get it flat, child. Alright. So, here we go. Alright. That one ain't doing what I needed to do because it ain't got no glue. And so, you're going to just go in. Make sure you have enough glue on the nail in the areas that you need it so that this chain, like I said, doesn't pop off. Because if it pops off, then, you know, it just throws off the whole design. You gonna be mad, whatever, yada, 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 yada. You get the rest, right? All right, here we go. Nice and even. Do I have enough over here? No, I do not. All right, bam. Okay, so now, you're still going to take off any excess that you don't need, right? You are spending time and quality time on your nails. You should be proud of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You've gotten this far. Okay? All right. So you see that little hair? No go. Not good. We taking her out. Get her out of here. Girl, we trying to look fine. Not in shrines. Okay? All right. Here we go. Now you're going to get your chains nice and even to one another. And then you just essentially cure from here. Okay? And that's it on this part. We're going to move on to the next. And so here's what the double chain it's going to look like. Like I said, make sure both chains are even on both sides. And yeah, cure. Okay, nice and flat. Nice and flat. I feel like this side is like longer than that side. That's why I keep going back and forth. But we gonna just roll with it. Don't think about it too much. You got other nails to do. But again, get it nice and cute, boo-boo. Nice and cute. All right. All right. Here we go. Bam. I think I'm happy, yeah. All right, so here we go. We got the double chains there. I'm trying to see how it look from y'all side. It's cute. I like it. She cute or whatever and stuff and things. Okay. Okay. Pop that stuff now. Roll with it. All right, we're going to pop her in the nail lamp. Now, All right, now we're going to keep drawing our handy dandy 3D knickknacks. Okay? So I'm just literally going to go from side there. Maybe I can do 2 at a time. Alright. Pop her in the nail lamp. And then we just gonna go back and forth like that, okay? So, if you get enough on there, though, this is the trick. You get enough on there, you should be good. You should be able to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them on there, okay? But that's up to you, okay? So, now... Now, can y'all hear me okay? I hope so. Hope y'all can hear me okay. All right. Now, pop out that pink. Go back in and do the same exact thing. Okay? But you want to start at the base. And like I said, if you rather do the dots and then just draw from there, do that. But I'm always doing something different each time I do these doggone little things. But you're staying within the white, essentially. Okay? Alrighty. I'm feeling satisfied. I'm feeling satisfied with that look. Okay? Popping in the nail lamp. Okay? And then we move on. So here's what the chain is looking like, the chained nail. Okay? And then we're going to do the exact same thing we did to that pink middle nail on this nail. Okay? All right. But this time you only need just really 2. 2 big ones. 2 big ones. Okay? Came through dripping. Drip. Okay? All right. Boom. Bam. So we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other nail, okay? And so, but this time, both of them will be going the same way. So we're going to go this way and this way, okay? All right. Okay. Oh, shoot. I just told y'all we're going to go the same way. Yeah, I'm going to go the same way on this nail. I just feel like keep everything nice and aligned. So I'll take this one off and then do the second one. Just said that. Then I went the opposite direction. All right. So take that off, and if it's okay if you mess up, just go back in and clean it up. Right. Okay. We all make mistakes. You just learn. Are you learning from them? All right. So then we're gonna pop this into the nail lampion. Okay, and move on. All right. So this is what that nail is looking like. Okay. All right. Bam. All right, we got this nail right here. We giving it just a few minutes to cure, and then we're gonna move on. In this area here, I think I'm going to add like 1 or 2 little somethings. Okay. All right. Bam. All right, so now we're gonna go the same exact way we did on this nail. Okay, we ain't gonna go in different directions. We gonna go the same direction. If my glue wanna act like it wanna come out, child. All right, here we go. Same direction. You're gonna go the same direction. Okay. All right, so it should look something like this. Okay. I'm gonna pop this in the nail lamp and keep going. Keep moving. Okay, for everything else, we're going to actually just keep going. Okay. That being said, it's time to top coat the nails. Oh, can y'all hear me okay? So it's time to top coat the nails, and then we're going to pop them in the lamp, and I'll show you all what they're gonna be looking like in the end. Okay. So we'll start with our pinky nail here. Actually, this is the wrong one. Hold on, y'all. Top coat. All right, so I'll be going in with the McCart top coat here. And we will be top coating it nice and evenly. Okay. Nice and evenly, okay? All right, pop that down. And then when you get to like all of your jeweled nails, you're gonna do the same thing. Make sure you're covering the entire nail with the top coat so that you get the best coat ever, okay? The best coat and the prettiest shine you can get, okay? You know, some people probably prefer to top coat the color first and then go in with the designs. However you want, I mean, top coat, yeah, the color without, you know, any of the jewels on there first, and then, you know, do everything else. It's really up to you. Long as it's cute, you like it, child, just follow your heart. Yes, I am lathering it up, honey. Lathering it up in my Shanae way, okay? We slay. Anywho, boo-boo. Moving on. All righty, hun. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing on this nail. This fun nail here. Okay. Make sure you are lathering it up, okay, honey? Lather it up, honey, okay? Make sure that pink is shining, 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 yeah. Okay, you been slaying all day. Now your nails gonna be pretty, yeah. Ooh, anyway, moving on. Moving on.
See, it really ain't that hard, easy. You just got to put your mind to it, okay? Ain't nothing to it but to do it, okay? Thank you so much, the Shiny Nail. Thank you so much, honey. Thank y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. All right, so now we're going on to this nail. Make sure you are taking out any of those little strags and strings, child. You don't want that in your nail, okay? So make sure you're taking it out, okay? All right, now. They say I be on here a little long, but baby, I be trying to make sure my girls be slay all day, all day. Ain't that what Beyonce said? We slay all day. I'm just telling y'all what the girl said now. All right, you see these? I'm just taking off any of those little strings that I don't need. You see that? That is no good. Take that off, okay? If you can't get it off with your nail, which you shouldn't be anyway, just go ahead and just take it off with your little tool, okay? And then give it a little blow, and child, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, okay? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Get a nice even coat on there, honey. Okay? And so, yeah, it's gonna look real cute and stuff and things. And stuff and things. Now, don't oversaturate it, because child, it will look a little crazy looking. So, if you oversaturate it with that top coat, then just, you know, child, just fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Like you said you would. All right, moving on. Anywho. All right. So now we do the top coat of this blooming polish, okay? And our little 3D design. So cute. Not too much, not too much. You know, you probably could even do this in a small set. You can do this design in any set you want, right? But yeah. We're going to do that there. Nice even coat on the nail, child. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like before we pop it in the nail lamp. Okay. Before we pop it in the nail lamp, okay? And then I'll show y'all what it look like after it come out the nail lamp. Nothing too crazy. Some very simple you can do with your eyes closed, okay? You do not need to be a professional. You can do this on your own, okay? So here it is with the top coat on there. We're going to pop it in the nail lamp. And then we're going to move on. Now, my last nail set, it turned out okay. It was just like a little fun mushroom nail set that I did on the last live, but it took longer than what I wanted to, child. But after a day or two, I was looking at it, I was like, these are pretty fire. I like these, you know. The loud and proud girlies would wear these, okay? Yes, honey, okay? But anywho, that ain't what we here for, okay? Moving on. All right, so once this is cured, then I'm going to show y'all what it is looking like. Also, too, like I said, you can do this design that we just did in a long set, short set. Any design you want, honestly, go for it. Don't say that, oh, it's too short for my nail. No design is too short for your nails. Look at this. Some people might rock this in a long set. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. It's the person. It's the personality, baby. It's how you, it's within you. You know, it's within you, not what's on you. All right. Anywho, moving on. I got this little box that I'm going to be putting everything back in out of Dollar Tree, like I always tell y'all. So make sure you put your tools away and stuff and things. All right, the nails are dry, y'all. Y'all ready? Here we go. Here we go. I don't even know what to call these. I just know they fight. I'm going to call them pressure. Just pressure. Pressure. All right, so here we go. So here is the nail set of the day, honey. Do y'all like them? Rate them in the comments, you know, or let me know how they looking. Hey, Miss Tara, how you doing? Hey, Latin girl. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Let me know if you liking these. Something simple, easy, like I said, you can do. Again, I like to encourage you all to just step out of your comfort zone. Do whatever feels right to you, and don't be beating yourself up because you aren't where you want to be in your journey. You're going to get there, okay? The point is you keep going until you make it, okay? Period, point blank. We ain't giving up. We ain't, it might be simple to others, but hey, you are encouraging not only yourself, but showing the world that, hey, you can do it too, which is what I aim to do all the time when I come on here and do nails. I want to do something much more fun in our next set. So far we've done about 5 different sets. So this was the last set, something different, right? Totally different from this set. But then we have this set. I plan to continue on my character building sets. So yeah, just tap into you. This is your season. Like I said, I have some really big news for you all coming up, but I don't want to speak too soon because we know how plans can be derailed, and people just don't really be happy for you when you put your stuff out there sometimes. But I got some really big news that I know y'all gonna be really happy for me on, and I will be vlogging every minute of my journey of the news that I'm going to be telling you all about soon. Okay, all right, y'all. So there you go. Here's the nail set. How we do? We did okay. Would you do a different color? Would you try this nail set? How is looking to you? Would you rock it? So rock it. Okay. So rock it. Oh wait, let me know how you feel it in the comments below. And if you are on the replay gang, hola, bonjour, como estás? Hope everyone is doing muy bien out there, okay? I learned a new word today, and it's a Jewish word. It's called bashert, made to be, meant to be. So if it's for you, it is bashert, meant to be, okay? So hey, you got this. Like I said, don't give up, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep going, you know what I'm saying? You got this. Oh, I hope you find a nail school. You can find so many in Georgia. I hear there are plenty of good nail schools in Georgia, but I hope you find one. I hope you find one that offers grants to you, like they do here in Washington State. So I'm wishing you so well on your journey, and I know you're going to have fun. You already got it. You got this. You got this. You got this, Vitara. You got this. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about this set, and yeah, we gonna get on up out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. Be sure to like it. Be sure to like it. Be sure to like it. Be sure to share it. Comment. If you don't like it, let me know. Like I said, let me know if you would try it in a different color. And yeah, we gonna go from there. Yeah, y'all. How we feeling? It is springtime. I really like this nail. I didn't think I could do it. Not that I couldn't do it. It's just that I didn't think I could pull it off with this design right here. But I guess it looked cute or whatever and stuff and things. Okay. But anyway, moving on. We're going to get up out of here. Hope y'all have a good rest of your evening. And I may or may not be back this afternoon. But if I'm not, I definitely will be back tomorrow. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all be good out there. Eat something good and be safe. Okay. All right. Bye. Oh.